Hello survivors, welcome to Orcs Must Die Deathtrap. It is the brand new iteration of the Orcs Must Die series and we are here to show you it. So the game comes out tomorrow. It is going to be $30 and it is a tower defense just like all the Orcs Must Die. You don't have to have any previous background to the series to play this game. It's not like there's really a story behind it that's like, oh, you need to play it to be able to understand what happens. Obviously, some of the mechanics you won't get unless you played this type of game before, but that's why we've got the video. So we're going to get straight into the action. Look, there is a skill tree for the characters. You can pick a different character if you want by going onto the War Mages. So there's a selection of 6 different characters, each with their own unique trap. Unique a weapon with a primary and secondary, as well as like an ultimate ability as well. So each character is different. They've all got different playstyles. Some are ranged, some are melee, whatever the case may be. Eventually you are able to upgrade or buy other they're called like threads, which are upgrades that you get in between waves. And then there's also the character upgrades as well and things like that. So over here, nope, that's not what we're looking for. I just want to try and find the part where I can show you the skill tree so you can just understand it. I think it's over here. Nope, that's social, in case you want to play with friends, which is not what we're looking for right now. But on that note, if you guys are looking to play or you want to jam, you can just let me know, and obviously we'll be able to play it together. So it will be cool to make some videos with other people. So if you are interested in that kind of thing, let me know and we can get straight to it. But here we go. We're going to go speak to this lovely lady over here and we get a skill tree. As you can see, it uses these skulls to what they call rift power to then go and upgrade the skill tree. This part of the skill tree is for your character only, specific to that character. So if I click there, it changes. But everything else is, the same for every single character. So it's shared between all the different characters, which is pretty cool. And then you get things like increased life, revive faster in multiplayer, additional rift points, damage, floor traps deal increased damage, which I should actually work towards because I really like the floors. But, so on and so forth. So let's get straight into the action. And now, the way that it works is when you select a mission, there's 3 choices for the actual mission. And the way that it works is you've got to complete 3 missions and then 2 missions and then a boss fight. Now you can leave the missions. So let's say at the end of this, we're only going to do 1 mission for this video. And then afterwards, I'll show you what you do. You can actually save and it will take you to the main menu. So let's say you're playing the game and then you have to go out to do some groceries, or it's time to go to sleep because you're tired, whatever the case may be, is you don't have to finish all 3 runs in a single sitting. You can do 1, take a break, come back and finish the other 2. So that's the way it works. Over here we've got the fish market. There's a 25% chance for a skeleton to summon when light, medium or heavy orcs die. Nah, that sounds horrible. The castle courtyard, I think this one, see, I played on one of these areas and I can't remember which one, but a pair of grenadiers appear in every wave, or barricades cannot be sold once placed. Okay, we're gonna go with fire in the hole in the castle courtyard. It sounds like it's the best outcome for my kind of playstyle. So I always put barricades in bad places, so I don't want to have to not be able to sell them, and you only get a certain amount of barricades. So if you make a mistake, you kind of a little bit Scrooged over there, and I don't want to be Scrooged. So we're going to keep going forward. If you hear a bit of buzzing in your ear, guys, it is really hot today in South Africa where I am. It's about 30 degrees Celsius with 60% humidity. So very, very hot where I am. And yeah, so I'm kind of sweating. Got the aircon on, so it might be making a little bit of a noise, which you will be hearing. Now over here, you can see there's this yellow door over here. This is where the orcs will be coming from. There are 4 doors and there's a couple of waves. It's either 5 or 6 waves. I think it varies depending on the area that you're in. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to go and put a barricade on this side over here. Now what that does is it's going to allow us to ensure that no enemies come this way. So the barricades go over here. It forces the enemies to go a separate way. We now also need to make sure that we can stop them from coming all other ways. So we're going to make sure that they all come through this way. Which way do we want them to come? I think if they come from the upstairs, that's actually way better. Let's see. actually, they're all downstairs. So rather they all come this way. They're all going to come from here. Some of them are probably going to try come around this way, which would just be silly. So it doesn't actually matter. We don't have to barricade here. But we're just going to make sure they all come through here. And we're going to put a whole bunch of traps through this doorway. And we can just chill and not have to worry about it. So we need to block these stairs as well to ensure that enemies don't come this way. Like that guy over there just went. So block the stairs. We're going to block both sides of the stairs. That's going to make sure that they can't get this way. Check if our character can run through there. No, we can't. And we'll sort out the other doors once they open up, and we'll see what we can do with that. But right now, all the orcs are coming through the same area, which means now we can do things like put this laser trap over here. Put 2 laser traps. Or actually just 1 is fine. And then we are going to push number 9 on the keyboard and put down a couple of these. Because why not? We can actually put 1 over here as well. And then we are going to litter the floor with these traps. Now I do like these spark traps. So I am going to eventually just keep upgrading them over and over again. For now. Let's see where else they land up running. They land up running this way over here. So we can go and put more lasers up at the top over here. Does it allow us to? It allows us to do it over here. So put a laser over there. We can put lasers over there. We can also land up putting some of these sparked traps like this.
I'll be done when you can't see any more walls.
Just put a whole lot of them on the sides.
It's almost unfair.
And we can put some more sparked traps down.
They still come barefoot.
And that's it. So let's get readied up, start the run. And, I actually chose this character because we've got a fully automatic rifle, as you can hear or see. And that's just going to allow us to deal with the enemies a lot easier. So now we can just chill up here, wait for them to come. I wonder, oh, I can't make it up there. That would have been cool. But where are these enemies? There we go.
Fortunately, you got to meet a War Mage today.
There is a dude with a... He needs to go down. Alright, we could have actually put some stuff over here. We still can, but maybe we should have. Where am I? We're gonna hold the fort right here. And the more combo we have, so there you can see ×3, that's going to net us more points. So we want to try and keep as many of them down as possible and get as many points as possible. Also, picking up the green health bar is to increase our character's HP and not the HP of our final area. But there we go, first wave done and dusted. Pretty easy. Works out. Okay, adds 10 rift points to your current total. Dying will cost 5. Completely fill the overdrive gauge. That's okay. Or maximum health is increased. I don't really like any of these. It would be cool if I could change them, but I guess we'll just increase, just fully upgrade that. Now, as you can see, we got a whole lot more rift power, and that also means now we've got more enemies coming from a different area. So what we have to do here is we are going to block off this area here. And the reason for that is so that these enemies will run the other direction. So they're actually going to run all the way around, and they're going to run all the way here down to this area over here, and that's going to help us because they're going to come eventually from this area as well. So we are going to actually block off here, and we're going to make them run all the way around. So now we can just put a whole bunch of traps down. Doesn't matter, they're all going to come down this way regardless. I like to have some hot traps Those can go like every so many floors. Do something like that. And then we're also going to put some of... I think we need to put some traps down this side because eventually this door is going to open. So it just makes sense to put some traps down here anyway. And it's going to help us, you know, deal with these characters as well. Alright, we can't afford anything else right now, so let's get readied up.
War Mages, it's time.
Why do I see a character going around when they shouldn't
Reloading.
be? Doesn't really matter too much. Alright, if you're wondering what this does is if we use this teleporter, let's say I was on the other side of the map, it will automatically teleport us to our rift so we can defend it. Also, our E button makes it so our rift becomes immortal for a percentage of time.
Maybe Sophie's right.
Yo.
There's a beauty in death.
It would seem that those guys don't worry about traps.
Fire, don't let them by.
Okay, we do need to just watch out for the other area. But it looks like we're okay. Well, I say that, but we aren't actually. Okay, one of the enemies did make it through. We need to add more traps next round over here to ensure that that doesn't happen.
I hope it hurt. 1 sec, I'm out.
Okay, wait, where's that thing going? There we go. Alright, so now the next wave, you can already see the door has opened. Skull drops twice as often from enemies. Beam becomes become invulnerable while charge beam is active. I think we're going to go with skulls so we can get more currency. Obviously, the more skulls means the more we're going to be able to get, you know, upgrades for the future. So, now we have a bit of a problem. Let's go click 9. Can we reach up the... No, we can't. Alright, so we can put a whole bunch up here, which will be fine for all of these enemies. So that will make us safe for whatever comes this way.
Not a crossbow, but it'll do.
That's fine. Maybe more. We are going to need a lot of traps on this side though, because I see a lot of enemies that we need to deal with over here.
Left, right, and center. They'll be surrounded.
Alright, and then we can put some of these down. We actually can't. We can afford more, 2 of these. So we'll put a spark trap there and a spark trap over there. Hopefully that will help us. That's all we can afford.
They're done.
So we're just going to have to go and hope.
They're coming
Hope
from
and
another
pray
door.
that we now have the other areas sorted a little bit better. So enemies are coming already from this side. We'll just keep our eyes out on that yellow door.
In the air.
Try and do the best we can. Can we laser this guy? Yes, we can. So that worked perfectly well. And we are able to get rid of this guy that way. Perfect. I do see the other door is opened, so we need to just pay attention to that. Because that's going to be much more difficult to handle than any other way. What we can do is if we use our Q ability, what that does is it powers up all of our other traps. So that's going to help deal with these guys a lot easier.
They're hitting the rift.
Alright, this felt like it was quite a hectic one. And there's only one more enemy left. Right, so at least our plan that side works 100 times better. but this is not safe. Activating traps gains 20% chance, but also 10% chance to be disabled. Ooh. Physic traps can launch basic trolls. We're just gonna go with the laugh. I don't really like either of those. There probably were other options that we could have taken, but there was nothing there that was screaming to me like, oh, you must take this option, Broken. Unfortunately, I didn't get that feeling from anything, so that is what it is. We're gonna have to go and put more traps to the side. See what we can get going from here. I think we can put... See, the problem is there's no ceiling. Maybe this works? No, it doesn't. It doesn't allow us to put up here on the ceiling. It has to be a wood ceiling, otherwise it doesn't count it as a ceiling. Maybe it lets us put it here, but I don't think that's going to shoot that far. What we can do is just put down some of these lava traps all over the place. You know, the floor can be lava. And it doesn't help putting them all on top of each other like the spark traps, because then they're just going to activate and that's that. But these are definitely going to be better than the other traps. So just put a couple of them like this, and that should be good for that. We can then put a whole bunch of spark traps all over the place. I don't think it really matters how well we put them. Obviously, that's probably going to upset a lot of people because they aren't put out in the most perfect of ways, but it is what it is. Get over it. And then we can put some that over there as well. Okie dokie, lemon smoky. Ah, pushed the wrong button. Well, it worked out regardless. That looks like a big boy right there. I mean, I guess I could have put traps right here as well. It would have thinned out the wave. I did put some down right here.
1 sec, I'm out.
You're not allowed to shoot me. Only I can shoot you. Honestly.
Orb on the way. Traps are about to go hard.
Alright, we put that over there so we don't have to worry about the enemies coming from here. Something's on its way. There we go. We got a flying enemy over there. Just try and get rid of these big enemies as quickly as possible. Oh no, we just got poisoned. Luckily we have a lot of life. Poison is really hectic when it activates, so the fact that we got poisoned is bad.
They're not getting into the rift.
Okay, we did activate our ultimate, which makes the rift invulnerable to damage. And we made it. Alright, perfect. There is some health all over the place over here. Unspent rune coins, this go break will be doubled on the next go break. Critical floor traps, critical chances increased. I'd rather go with that.
Destiny.
And did we drop any skulls? I have no idea. I don't even know what that did, but that does something. We are full HP. We've only lost 2 rounds, or 2 HP. And I think we're in a good spot. What is this? Please don't tell me there was something here I could have... Ah, okay. There were archers that I didn't even know we could use. Look at that. I have no idea what they do, but there were archers there that we weren't using. Just shows you sometimes you need to just pay attention to your surroundings, because there could be things that you could be using that you aren't taking advantage of. Also, a good example of that is putting a whole bunch of traps right here where they spawn. So we're just going to put a whole bunch of these traps over here,
I'm all out.
and that should probably... That's probably going to help. It's totally a waste, but hey, I don't care. It's funny for me, and that's all that matters. I think that's the best thing about games, is you can each play your own way. Obviously, it's going to get a whole lot more difficult, and there's a lot more strategy to it. But for right now, that's just really funny. Oh, oops, I have to have my weapon equipped.
Stay down.
So that's going to help us. We do have the archers as well. I have no idea. Oh, they do actually work. And then over here, we're going to use our cure ability.
To supercharge some traps.
Supercharge the traps. Our right click isn't up yet. But I'm sure that guy's going to... Yeah. The traps are doing their jobs. Leave my archers alone. What's wrong with you? Honestly. Okay, I think that door is actually closed now. Or done and dusted. So enemies do eventually just stop spawning from certain walls. Or doors in this case, sorry, not walls. Got an enemy up here that came from nowhere. He's done and dusted. Fantabulous. And we will just laser beam you guys.
I don't even remember you.
I can't aim fast enough.
Got to wait.
Alright, good job. Fantastic. Easy, right? Alright, looks like we still got one more wave. Let's see. Heavy arrows. Arrow walls have 10% chance for each arrow to launch small enemies. Bouncing traps. Cooldown is reduced or charge beam. Okay, let's go heavy arrows. We do use quite a lot of them, so that makes quite a bit of sense. Let's see. It just means we need more of them. You know, as soon as we get a power up for a specific weapon, that means go all out on that. You know, I don't see why we wouldn't just put wall traps everywhere. When the game says wall traps are going to be better for you, you put wall traps everywhere. Where else can we put some wall traps? Put one there, put one there. Exactly. He agrees with me completely. So if you didn't hear that, the character said, we will be done when we see no more wall. And I fully agree with him. So we will stop putting on traps because we ran out of power. But in this case, it would have been when all the walls were finished. Alright, I can't actually hit him. Can I attack you? Yes, I can.
Eyes on the sky. They brought flyers.
That's nice. Where are their flyers?
The rift will bless my traps.
Well, no, actually, I will bless my traps.
Gotta reload.
Alright, I do have to pay attention to this side because they want to attack the archers, which is not allowed. That is just gross. How dare they? Who do they think they are, attacking the archers like that? Alright, that door is done. That guy is a flyer, so they can go over barricades and things.
Okay, that was pretty fun.
Don't know what that guy is. Luckily, these guys don't want to, you know, survive.
The rift.
Okay, unfortunately someone else made it through. Again, not the end of the world, just not the greatest thing for them to make it through. Also, where is this last place up there?
Surprisingly graceful.
Hello, game. Alright, there we go. So that's wave 6 down. It looks like there is a 7th. Nope, there wasn't a 7th wave. So there we go, 6 waves down and dusted. And then, like I mentioned over here, we were only going to do one. Each War Mage immediately gains skulls, so we get a Rift Blessing. You get your mission stats. You can quick save, like I mentioned, which is exactly what we're going to do. And then what happens is if you return to Fortress, you lose the mission, and you would land up going into Mission 1 again. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the game down below. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.